Despicable Me 3 is hitting theaters, but is it much ado about nothing? We'll tell you right here on Screen Junkies News.
Excuse me.
Hey, could you?
Oh,
Nicely done.
of course. Now, as I was saying,
Goodbye.
Hi, I'm Dan Merle, alongside...
Oh, Hal Rudnick. Glad to be here,
Hal,
Dan.
We've never gotten to do a review together before.
I know, and yeah, this is an exciting moment in a young man's life.
This is. So,
Man.
Hal, we're here to talk about Despicable Me 3, the latest from Illumination Entertainment. It's hitting theaters on Friday. Already, people are talking about. I picked it as the biggest box office earner of the summer. You know, so this is expected to do great business. But we're not here to talk about business, Hal. We're here to talk about the movie.
Right,
We've both
the
seen
quality of the film.
Yes.
I mean, we all know people love the Minions. People love anything with Minions on them. People love branding themselves with Minions.
Some people do like that, yes.
A lot, I mean,
a lot of people like that. Hal, quickly before we jump in, before I go on my spiel,
Yes.
Curious what you thought of the movie.
You know what? I liked the movie. I hadn't seen all of the previous Despicable Me films, and I did not see the Minion film. I skipped it.
Yeah.
And I thought the movie moved at a really brisk pace. And you know what? It was just the right amount of time for me to spend in the theater watching Gru and his brother, which we all know he finds, and to see this story unfold. So the fact that it moved so brisk and it didn't give me time to look at my watch or want to reach for the phone or anything, that was a win for me.
Well, we can agree on that, and that it was mercifully short. I did not like this movie at all, and I get it. I didn't like Minions. The Despicable Me, the first one, I thought was like, okay, that's cute. This is a cute kids movie. You know, it's not up here quality wise, but it's like it's fine. It's all right. Despicable Me 2. I have a very low Minion tolerance. Gotcha. And I think Minions are take it or leave it. I think that you either love the Minions or you cannot stand the Minions. I don't really like the Minions. The Despicable Me, when they were like the side characters, like his henchmen, like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Yeah. It's for the kids. And then they slowly just Minion creep into these movies. And this movie for me, number one, you know, of course they had to put the Minions in it, but like the way that they're not interconnected with the plot at all. It's just like there's the Despicable Me movie and then there's a Minion short film, and you cut away to the Minion short film every 5 minutes.
There were two balls in the air at the very least, and they have to do that fan service. They have to fill this movie with Minions, and you're right, it wasn't integrated. It was like we were watching. You could take all that Minion footage and create a Minion short, and I'm challenging any fan out there to, when this movie comes out, make a Minion short and prove me right, and Dan as well. But
so Minions aside, I can't stand those.
I enjoyed the Minion
storyline. I can't do it.
I enjoyed it. I liked seeing the Minions go to prison and you know what? I mean, they were the kings of the cell block. Those little Minions.
They were.
Yeah,
I guess.
And I enjoyed that.
All right, fair enough. The other thing, so taking away the Minions, the other thing that just drove me crazy about this movie was the fact that it was like. You're talking about, you know, they had a lot of things, juggling a lot of things. There were about 8 different storylines in this movie. None of them really pay off. It's just like here. It's like they know that there's kids in the audience and they have short attention spans. So this movie is constantly like over here. Hey, over here. Okay. Now here. Okay. Oh no, Minions. Okay, no. Now it's Gru and his brother. Oh no. Now we're talking about a unicorn. Now it's like, and I mean, it's just like it's the cinematic equivalent of the movie like jingling its keys in front. It's just so desperate to be like, just pay attention to us, okay? Just don't. Okay, and I get it for kids, but you don't have to do that in a kids movie. This movie really, I think, underestimates and in a way insults the intelligence of its audience because it's assuming that kids don't have an attention span beyond 3-ish minutes, and I don't think that's true. No, I really don't think that's true.
You make a good point because it didn't spend a lot of time lingering and exploring characters. It really just like set something up, paid it off. Set up something new, paid it off. Bam, bam, bam. And you know what? Just as far as pacing and keeping me interested in watching the film, I was along for the ride. I kind of like that it moved so brisk. Again, I keep coming back to the pace of the movie. It didn't give me time to get bored. board. And then some of the set pieces and there's a big break-in. I'm not going to spoil anything.
The old Despicable Me break-in.
The old Despicable Me break-in.
Right?
There's some fun new gadgets. I like the interplay between Trey Parker and Steve Carell. There's fun stuff happening in this film. I liked it.
You mentioned Trey Parker. He plays a guy named Balthazar Bratt, and basically his character is he was an actor on a kids show in the 80s, so he's kind of stuck in the 80s. And again, as a premise, I think that's an interesting premise. But the movie's whole thing with that is like, this character's from the 80s. Here's a song from the 80s, and that's it. Like, that's the joke. The punchline is, here's a Michael Jackson song. And then the next scene's like, Physical by Olivia Newton-John. Remember that from the 80s, kids? Yeah. No, number one, they don't.
They don't. That did start to wear a little bit
like
thin.
Every single time it's like, look at me, I'm a villain, 80s song. And that's it. Like, that's all there was to it. And again,
he was very one note.
This underestimation of the intelligence, it's like, well, kids can't understand a villain who does anything but go like, I've been a bad boy, 80s song. Like, that's it. And it's that for 90 minutes. Over and over and over.
True, that is meaningless to a child. But as far as the relationship with the brother and his relationship with Kristen Wiig, Kristen Wiig's character Lucy in the film, I mean, I feel like it did just enough. It's just enough for a parent to take their kids and not want to leave the theater wishing for death.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Don't get me wrong. This movie is going to make so much money. I mean, this movie is going to make a ton of money because, yes, the kids, the younger they are, the more this movie is going to entertain them. And I'm not going to overlook that and pretend like that's not true. This movie is going to entertain very young children. It has the time and the attention span to do that. That no question.
And let me admit something to you right here and now, Dan.
Yes.
A Despicable Me film is not on the top of my, I want to see that list, okay? So I went into this movie with a little bit of foreboding. That's why I'm pleasantly surprised that I had a couple laughs. I enjoyed the action. There were cool gadgets. There were some funny lines.
Yeah.
Again, it also was loud and annoying at certain times, but I left there having enjoyed it. And I feel like there isn't much more that I could ask for as a grown man going to a Despicable Me film. And the people whose wheelhouse that this movie is in, I think they'll love it.
I was thinking about it this morning, like how to describe this, because there are some people that love the Minions, and there's people that are going to love this movie and say like, oh, you're being whatever. I was trying to come up with an analogy in my head, and what I could think of is like Illumination, who's they did Minions and Despicable Me movies, and they did Sing and Secret Life of Pets last year, which for me was kind of like
I didn't like that Sing callback. That was a little like
yeah, whatever. And the Secret Life of Pets.
Look for the Sing callback.
For me was another movie where I went in and thinking like, oh, there's going to be this whole other level to it, or like especially they have a lot of room, and it was just noise and sound and whatever else.
Yeah, that movie came out after Zootopia, and I remember like I was really had my hopes up.
The trailers were so good for that, and then it was just such a surface level, just like kids movie. And I was thinking about it on my drive over here, and the only way that I can describe it is Disney and Pixar are slinging out Chicago-style deep dish pizza, right?
Oh yeah.
Gourmet. It takes 45 minutes to bake. You're sitting there, and it's worth.
Yeah,
you have
you're
to wait
inside
a while.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. It has to kind of marinate, but it's going to be worth it. And Illumination, and they don't mind this. They'll own this. Illumination's like, you know what? We're Little Caesars. Some people prefer Little Caesars to Chicago deep dish. I don't know why, but some people do. It's disposable. You don't remember it after you're done eating it, but it's something you can shove in your face real quick, you know?
You don't always have time for the deep dish. Sometimes you're getting together with your buds last minute to watch a game, and you got to order a Domino's or a Little Caesars.
Yeah.
So I agree that this is not the creme de la creme. This is not your Toy Story 3 or your Moana, but It does the job for me.
I should have known I was in for a long ride when there were 2 fart jokes in the Illumination Entertainment title card. Like, with 15 seconds of the movie were 2 fart jokes, and I was like, oh boy. Ooh. I should have known. I should have known. So, yeah, I think a lot of this is just, do you like the Minions? Do you like the Illumination style? That's not my style. I find it very, very lowest common denominator. I think it really underestimates the intelligence of kids. At the bare minimum, it's going to amuse small children. I don't think there's anything really for most of the adults in the audience, unless you are a fan of the Minions. Even if you're a fan of the franchise, I don't know how much there is for you, because even compared to the other movies, I thought that grew, and it's just very surface, very caricature. So not a recommendation for me. Not a movie that I enjoyed. But Hal, you're gonna give it the thumbs up. I am gonna give it the thumbs up, because you're gonna to have some laughs. You're gonna be like, those Minions, come on! And the gadgets, Gru and Drew getting to know each other, the brothers. I think there's some fun moments there where they impersonate each other at dinner. I think there's just enough for you to go to a matinee and leave that with the rest of the day in front. You're going to spend 90 minutes, give or take, in the movie theater, and you got the rest of the day in front of you. What a summer day that is. So I give it the thumbs up. You're not going to be, it's not life-changing, but especially if you're going with your kids or your niece and nephew, great time. So there you go. A split decision for me and Hal, but we can both agree on one thing: it's short. Yes. And that's what we're just gonna jump off from there. Despicable Me 3 hits theaters on Friday. If you see the movie, let us know in the comments below what you think, as always, and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Screen Junkies News. You can click, select, tap, whatever you want. The box is on screen to watch even more Screen Junkies News, and don't forget to click the logo to subscribe.